Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the April edition of the Exchange Reseller meeting. Today, we have quite a packed schedule. We're going to try to get everything done within an hour, but I suspect we would go over a little bit. We're going to talk about a few small things to note as far as the way 2024 is unfolding. We show a little bit about an idea for the subscription portal for resellers. We think if you can do this, this will be a game changer. We're also going to show the new reseller portal and the status. We're going to give you an update as to where we are with that project. You are, of course, welcome to sign up for the beta program for this so that you can, play with it yourself and also contribute by, giving suggestions that we could use to make it even better. And then we're going to get into some vendor presentations from Ginger Audio, Gauge Precision. So without much further ado, I am going to jump right into the presentation. So again, we're gonna race through some of the stuff, some that you've seen before. Some of you who were new, perhaps not on the last meeting, will give you sort of an idea as to what's happening with the year. So far, so good. We always like to start by giving a shout out to our friends at IMSTA. IMSTA is a sister organization, the International Music Software Trade Association, which is an umbrella group for music software industry, and advocates for the interests of the music software fraternity, primarily in the area of piracy education. It's a charity. It operates at about $150,000 a year. It's a pittance, and with that, it does 5, 6, 7 shows around the world on several continents. So obviously, it's not doing that out of the money it raises. It's doing that out of the kindness of the people that are supporting it and giving in-kind hero kind of support to IMSTA. So we shout out to all those people, all those generous people around the world, and we ask you to throw something in the pot to help IMSTA wherever you can, be it monetary or in any other way. Again, to highlight our presenters today, we have Ginger Audio with a unique product called Ground Control, Gauge Precision, maker of microphones and plugins. That they're using the Exchange HD system as well as the standard plugin software sales. The year as it sits right now, it looks like fairy dust. It's hard to believe, but the statistics don't lie here. There's a massive spike in April. Sales are huge. And that's probably helping the month pick up. Last time we were about 8% above target. Now we're about 11%. It's helpful to note that every percent we have here coming out of April is going to be needed, because we know traditionally the months of June, July are not the greatest months in terms of sales, as people are not really thinking of sitting inside and making software purchases and so on. People are outside. But year to date, compared to last year, this year is trending 7% higher than 2023, which was a good year. So everything points to another record year if we factor in what typically happens between September and December every single year. So it all looks good. This general trend should be reflected in your own numbers. If you're not getting these numbers, then you're sort of not in the flow of the mainstream of what's happening on the platform right now. Okay, and that could be solved, of course, by perhaps acquiring access to some of the hot products, and of course we've been working on that quite diligently with the Connect. We've improved this since the last meeting, of course. The vendors now, when they interact with you, they will have a little bit richer initial communication with you. They'll be able to send you, for example, their terms and conditions, send you a customized email. This email could be just for you or just for a group. Essentially, the form email that you typically get from Exchange, which is quite cryptic, is no longer necessarily what's going to come. You can get something highly personalized from each vendor, and I think that'll improve the communication of everyone, increase the ability for you, of course, to decide whether you want to accept the invitation, and all rising tides here would float more and more boats. Okay. The reseller rating system. So this system we have been working on primarily to help the vendors. The vendors see a massive sea of resellers. There are many, many resellers in the 20 regions that we group around the world, and they're simply a name. So, you know, reseller A next to reseller B is just a bunch of letters, and there's no way to tell how reseller A performs relative to reseller B. The rating system is not just based on sales, it's based on a lot of criteria. You see them listed on the right side. More could be added, some might be taken away, but generally these are what we're using right now. And it's, having looked at some of the initial results, it's a 5-star system. 1 star, well, no stars is the lowest, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars, and they're half stars as well. So looking at it, it's quite revealing. It's a quick way for a vendor to assess a region, and it's a quick way for a vendor to also prospect in a region, because a lot of vendors would, of course, go for the 5, 4-star, 3-star rated companies. But when you're prospecting, of course, the opportunity to grow would be in all categories, especially people just starting out or people just looking to get into the business. And what are you trying to get into this business for? Well, this business is perhaps, without touting a horn too much, it is the best business model in the music industry, simply because you don't have to ship anything. You simply list the products, send out as much communication as you can to your customers, let them know you have it, participate in all of the promotions that you're offered, add all the products that you have access to, add the new products that come out as fast as possible. So speed is very, very important, because there's a bump at the beginning, which is the peak demand. Have a good website, integrate with Exchange so you lessen your workload, so you can scale as much as you can. You can do 1 million orders a day or 10. You do all those things, you could make an extremely good living selling products that bring a lot of joy to musicians, because the products are relatively inexpensive. You can get a first-class, high-quality, perpetual equalizer like Fat Filter Pro Q3, a fabulous bundle like the Sound Toys bundle for $5.99, that realistically, without putting any shade on hardware devices, but these tools are perhaps as good, if not better, than any hardware devices out there, and it allows people who would never be able to afford these hardware products to have them in their studio, in their home, in their basements, in their bedrooms, and realize the music that's in their head. It's a tremendous gift and contribution that we're making to the whole process of taking a song from your inside of your head and bringing it out and hearing it in your ear. We are a huge, huge factor in the process of so many millions of people. So you could join that business. It's a growing business, and so this is what this is all about. This is what we're doing here. It's sometimes we forget what we've brought to the world. It's quite fantastic. Now, the subscription business is a business that is here to stay, regardless of what you think. Some companies are heavily invested in this process. All right, I'm going to show you something that we do. We have a test account called Elm Street Music, and the purpose of this whole slide is to show you one of the game-changing things you can do with your own website that would allow the reseller, you to bring in as many subscription products you want and have them, recur as often as they want every month. It's totally up to you, with very little work for you. Now, let's say I went in here and I wanted to buy this Sonics, and I'm going to pretend I'm going to make up a number. Of course, this is my name. This is a public-facing reseller website, okay, that is selling subscriptions. It's connected to Exchange. It really is connected to Exchange, and these are phony products, but they are operating exactly like a subscription product would. So I'm going to go in here and buy this. Okay. And of course, these are fake. This is a fake number. Don't try this at home. All right. We're going to buy this. And then we're going to show you. So there's my code. I take this code. This is real. It's not a real code, but it came from Exchange. I go to this URL. I put it in, and I have my subscription, okay, to this product. Now, when I go into my account, now pretending this is your company's website, the purchaser would have an account into your website. Then they'll be able to go into their own login to your website. And now I just seen what I just purchased. And I seen the one I purchased before. And I see the ones I've purchased all the way down. And let's say I want to stop subscribing to this, I could just turn this off. Now, as I turn this off, I'm doing this myself. It will stop. The next iteration will not occur. So the next charge on my credit card will not occur. I'm doing this, the end user. The reseller doesn't have to go in and shut this off. You're giving the end user the ability to manage their subscriptions themselves. So for example, the typical use case for this is you have a subscription, like let's say this one here, which expires at midnight on some time, and the customer needs to go in after 6 o'clock when you're gone, or after 9 o'clock when your store is closed, and they need to call you to shut it off because it's going to be recurring on midnight or 12:01. They can just log into their own account, go to my subscriptions, locate this thing, and turn it off themselves. Now, by turning this off, they've set in motion a whole process where Exchange itself knows that this is off. So when the anniversary time comes up at 12:01, it cannot bill for this. It won't bill for it because it's inactive. Okay, so this is why we call this a game changer. If you could develop this simple part of the Athabasca API that we have available, for free on your portal, then it will allow you to embrace all of the subscription products that are here and the ones that are coming, and you can have the resellers, the end users, manage the subscriptions themselves. So you can have thousands of people just managing their own subscriptions, turning them on, turning them off. Some subscriptions allow you to turn them back on. So if you want to see this, if you want to have access to this website, if you want to get a more lengthy demonstration of this exact process, please contact us or somebody after this show, or Rajiv, and we'll set up a special demo. We can take you through this, and we can even give you some of this code. This code is actually for free. If you want it, we'll just give it to you. All right. So enough about that. I'm going to jump right in now to, I'm going to call Pat to do a demonstration of the new reseller portal. This is a lot of work. We've been working on it for a while. It is close to being done. I don't know what else is left to be done on it, but I'll just pass this off over to Pat right now so he can take over and start the demonstration.
All right, well, thank you, Ray. Good morning, everybody. Today, I'm going to give a quick demo for the new portal. So last time, more in-depth walkthrough of everything. Today, I think would be more useful to give some real-world examples of how resellers have been actively using this portal so far. We've had a private beta for a couple of weeks now, and we've had a fair amount of resellers on it, and they've been sending us good feedback, testing things out, finding all of the problem points and whatnot. And we've collected a number of case studies from that. And so today I'd like to go over 4 quick case studies to show cases where the new portal either completely saved the day or could have, but it was added after the fact. So I see a bunch of new resellers here compared to the previous demo. So just do a quick once around, just poke around, kick the tires and whatnot. So the main goal of the new portal is to make it as easy as possible to use. We're not going to enforce our way of thinking, I guess you could say, like in certain pages, you could only filter by such a thing. In order to get details, you have to go to this page, come back, refresh, that kind of thing. Really, if I could just use one word, it would just be streamlined in every sense. So we'll just poke around very quickly and then we'll get to the case studies. I don't want to use up too much time here. So we started at 17. So let's see. What can we talk about first? We'll just talk about products quickly. So I wanted to make it a little more interactive to search for products. So you're not limited to just one vendor and brand combination at a time. You can see all of your products at once. And then we just organize it. So do you want to see by a certain category? Do you want to see by a certain vendor? That kind of thing. I am connected to a vendor who I can't show you their products, so I have to just go through my own one here. So this is what I'm about to show is the same for every single page that has a table. It uses the same basic structure. You have a quick filter up at the top here. So if I want, for example, product that has seats in it, I can just search that there and it comes up. If I wanted something more advanced, you can drill down. We can have a whole bunch of different comparisons per column. You can add as many of these comparisons as you want to get as detailed as you need to. I'll give an example on that one later. There's a case study on that. And actually, let's just jump into the case studies now. So one reseller opened a ticket a while ago, and their problem was that a vendor discontinued a whole bunch of products, and they had no way of knowing that. And it was kind of an eye-opening moment because in Exchange, for some reason, we don't show anywhere a list of recently discontinued products for you. Even though you might have them skewed up on your store, your customers are actively purchasing them, even though they can't actually purchase them. So we have something called web hooks, where if you have coders on your team, you can basically set up some sort of webhook system where our system will ping you with some updates saying, hey, this product was changed. You can listen to those and then act on that. But if you don't have coders, then this would be the alternate method for you. So if you just go to the discontinued products, a whole bunch of talking to just describe a very simple thing. Once it loads, oh, sorry, this is because I changed something earlier. Yeah. So I discontinued this product about an hour ago. Now you're not going to get a bunch of details because you no longer have access to it, but we give the bare minimum. You get your SKU, your name, and when it was discontinued. So now, anytime that any product gets discontinued for any reason, whether the vendor goes out of service, or the product does, or the brand does, the reason doesn't matter. They will show up here automatically for a window of 30 days per product. So we're not going to show like your entire history, every single discontinued product from the end of time. It's just going to be as soon as the product goes out of scope, you have 30 days to log into Exchange to see it. So I would recommend checking like once a week, just very quickly checking this to see if you have any. Most of the time, you probably won't. Case study 2. So a reseller was doing their monthly accounting. They needed to get a bunch of their invoices. And I'm sure as many as you know, right now that entails you have to go to a list, go to this page, download, go back, refresh, go to this list, yada, yada, yada. So we really wanted to streamline that process down. So here you just go to your order history, you select all, you go to your selection menu here. This is what the checkbox is for. And you just download all of your invoices. And you get a zip of all of your PDFs that you've selected here. Bing. And that is similar to other pages. Like, for example, web assets, you would select which products, web assets you want. You would get a zip, that kind of thing. Excel spreadsheets, same kind of deal. So case study 3. So a reseller wanted to see which invoices were not prepaid, but not marked as paid. So we have a kind of confusing situation where orders can be prepaid or not prepaid, meaning they used a credit card to purchase that. And then in exchange, you can also mark orders as paid. Not all resellers do this, but it's kind of cumbersome to see which ones you still need to mark as paid. So what we can do here, just unselect all of these guys here. So what I actually told that reseller is that you can add two filters here. So we say auth uh, is empty because they did not want prepays. Add the filter there. And then the paid status is not paid. And very simple to do that. And we hide status by default, but you can just add this right here. So that's just to show, the level of detail you can get with your filtering. You're really not limited into any kind of thinking that we put on you. And finally, on that point, case study 4, let me just open my vendor again. So we say you're browsing a vendor's products, or maybe just a category's products, and there's like 20 pages of products here, and you just want to quickly go to see which of those products are on promo. Using the same logic as the previous case study, you would just say promo is not empty, and then you only see the products that are on promo. So hopefully that gives some ideas on what you can do with the data filtering. Like I said before, resellers have been actively using it. These are case studies that I've been dealing with personally, helping out resellers. So the last thing, I'm blocking my time here. So I just wanted to go over two more quick things. So something that people have been pointing out and giving us feedback for a while now is that changes just kind of happen and they don't get announced, and that can be upsetting. And especially when people say this is how you do one thing, but actually we changed it and didn't tell anyone. So in the new portal, we have a changelog of everything that we do. So now, whenever we push a change to just for the reseller portal, uh, we are going to give you details about what was changed. Hey, this is a new feature. This is a bug fix. You can open it up and say, learn about what we changed with the notification bar. Now, we're not going to tell you every single thing. Like if I moved a button 1 pixel to the right, that's going to get omitted. But if a critical bug or a new feature is introduced, we are going to inform you about that. And lastly, I just want to bring about feedback. So we have feedback in app now, and during the private beta program, resellers have been using this quite a bit. We've collected a lot of very useful feedback, in fact. So I encourage you to please, if you ever have a bug, or if you are using something and it's kind of getting in your way, or you can think of something that would make your job easier, please feel free. You just click right here, wherever page you are, it'll record the page that you're currently on. You just say, hey, this would be better if dot dot dot, and you just send feedback. And like I said, we've been collecting a lot of feedback on it. This doesn't get ignored. Like I have reviewed every piece of feedback we collected during the beta program, and it's been very helpful. So we please encourage you to keep sending that feedback, because otherwise, if we don't get it, we're kind of shooting in the dark here. We're just making assumptions. So that's just a quick walkthrough of a couple case studies. And I guess we will just end it by talking about the future of this. So at this point, the private beta has concluded, and we feel confident enough to open it up to a public beta. So we're going to, right now, it's restricted based on login. So if you tried to log in right now using this URL you see at the top, you wouldn't be allowed in. But tomorrow, we're going to be removing that restriction. So anyone who wants to can just join the public beta. Now, this isn't one-for-one feature matching with the existing portal, like you're still missing reports and a couple of other minor things. But we are going to be focusing on bringing it to feature parity during the summertime. So yeah, May 1st, we're going to be opening up the beta. I'll drop the login link in the chat below. And then next Monday, we're going to be adding a little ticker at the top in the current beta to have a link, in the current portal, to have a link to the new portal. Okay, I believe that is everything I wanted to cover. So thank you all for your time.
Thank you, Pat. All right, we're going to jump right in to the vendor presentations, and I'm going to ask Ginger Audio to start the presentation with their product demo. Ginger Audio, you ready?
Yeah, we're ready. I'm here. Hi, thank you, Ray. Thank you, Rajiv, for having us. We are Ginger Audio. Together with me is Yara. She's our reseller account manager. She handles all the connections with the resellers, so you probably will know her once we get along, working together. We are pretty small company from Tel Aviv. We are two co-founders, started the company about 3 years ago, and we have few products we started to sell in XCHANGE also that I wanted to share with you. So let's start with our flagship product, which is Ground Control Sphere. This is actually a speaker management for immersive audio surround. So you probably know that immersive audio is taking more and more studios are moving to that to work with Dolby Atmos, and we came up with a solution for the monitoring section as a software base. So we probably got actually Ground Control Sphere is a multi-channel control room that you can use with any DAW and use with any audio interface you have. It has all the capabilities that needed for speaker management, like bus management, up to 4 subs, I/O routing. You can route any audio source, like 8 inputs, different inputs, 8 different outputs. So you can go to you can grab your audio from your internal, from your DAW, from your sound card, and play it to your speakers. It has bus management. It has ability to listen to your mix as it will sound in Apple Music, in special Apple Music. We got a integrated plugin in it, which we call iRender, which let you actually do the mix down and listen it as a binaural mix, the same as it will sound in Apple Music. We got some more down mix capabilities over there, so you can listen to your mix, to your Dolby Atmos mix in a stereo version, how it will sound in stereo, how it will sound in 5.1. There is an extended metering options, loudness meters, peak meters, everything you need in that regards. Yeah, a lot of people are using it. You probably know solutions, very expensive solutions like DUD or other control room hardwares that does the same, but they are really costly. When you want to go to Atmos today, you need to put a lot of money to get your speakers around and so on. But this is a main thing you need to do in order to move to Dolby Atmos, and we try to help you with that. So as I told you, we are software based. It's actually a software. You install it on your Mac. The controllers, we have a lot of integration. We are integrated with Avid Yukon. So if you have any Avid Yukon desk, you can control it. It will map to your monitor section of your Avid Yukon. We have a Stream Deck plugin that you can use to control everything that you see here. We have a dedicated application we made, like a iOS and Android app, where you can control it from your iPad or your Android device. It has metering as well, so you don't need to, it doesn't need to take your real estate in your main screen. You can launch it and then control it via all of those options. You can MIDI map everything. So if you want to control it via MIDI, it's also capable of doing so. It supports up to 9.1.6. And it comes with the virtual audio drivers. You can create your own drivers on the fly. You can utilize room calibration options, like using other plugins like Sonarworks or DRAC to room calibrate your studio setup. And you can use also EQ if you want, like you have an EQ per speaker, so you can utilize that if you measure your own studio and you want to you have bus management, as I said. You have a delay for every speaker you can utilize. You have and you can put an EQ on each speaker. So you can do it manually, or you can use any solution that is out there, like Sonarworks or DRAC or Arc. Arc is stereo only, but yeah. Yeah, this is regarding ground control sphere. Let me show you some some of our user what he has to say about that. This is Travis. He did a lot of mixes, Taylor Swift, Bush, and others. So I'll give you a quick show about what he posted a few weeks ago, I think.
Set up Dolby Atmos in your studio, but you just feel like it's going to be too expensive. I've got the hack. This saved me thousands of dollars. Everybody thinks that Atmos is expensive because you need a lot of speakers. But if you actually dig into setting up a proper 714 room, you find that the real hidden cost is often speaker management. You need an interface and or a monitor controller that allows you to calibrate and tune 13 plus speakers. And the thought of changing my interface and rewiring the entire studio literally made me want to vomit, and is the reason I never set up a room until now. Enter Ground Control Sphere, a software monitor controller from Ginger Audio. I found this earlier this year. I reached out to these guys. This thing has blown my mind. Sphere allows you to easily assign any outputs from any interface to be dedicated to your speakers. It also allows you to level match, time align, and add EQ to each channel, just like the expensive interfaces and controllers that used to be required for a proper Dolby rig. So if you have an interface with enough outputs, you can run an Atmos Studio by just downloading Sphere and grabbing some more speakers. I've got it set up so I can easily monitor Apple Music, the Dolby renderer output, plus the Dolby binaural, spatial audio binaural, and the original stereo mix. I'm going to do a video on exactly how that's all routed in the future, but basically Sphere makes it super easy to do. So if you want to make Atmos affordable, then you have got to check this out. I would not be endorsing this product if I wasn't really using it, and if I didn't think it'll allow more people to enjoy this format on speakers in their own studio.
Yeah. This is about Ground Control Sphere. Let me show you again this. It comes with the iRender, as I told you, which is a plugin that gives you the way to listen to your mix in a binaural, like same as it will sound in Apple Music. The second product we have is called Ground Control Room, which is again a control room application, software based, but this one is only for stereo. So a small studio without the need for more than 2 speakers can use Ground Control Room. It has all the features that it needs for a stereo studio. The third application we have is kind of a virtual mixer for your core audio. It lets you route individual application audio, so you can grab individual application audio separately and open plugins on them, route them to your OBS. This is more aimed for I think the guys that likes to stream audio over OBS, YouTubers, or also can be used fairly in the pro audio, I think, to stream audio out of your computer and control all your core audio in one place very easily. All of them has the same controllers that I told you earlier. So you can control them via Stream Deck, and there are a lot of YouTubes that people made on us, so you can watch that later. The last one that we released is a plugin. Is actually AAX AU a VST plugin. It's a streaming plugin. It actually stream high quality audio over the internet. There are a few more solutions like that out there, but we also integrated a video chat inside the plugin, so you can stream your audio, your mix to your client on 32-bit PCM without any compression, and you can utilize a video chat, and it has like a automatic talkback option, so you don't need to do like a Zoom meeting together with other solution that you need to combine few solutions together. Everything should be fairly easy using that one, with just in one place inside your DAW. Yeah, and this is a subscription base. We're going to integrate this authentic audio solution inside Sphere, and inside Room and Castle, so it will be also integrated inside our application, and it has a standalone version as a plugin. This is the iOS and Android application to control Sphere, as I told you before. Our exchange vendor is number is that 1455. You can reach out to Yara at gingeraudio.com. We're going to make a promo month for resellers that wants to collaborate with us, to join us, and we're going to give 1 month free of authentic audio to your customers. Everything should be done via Yara. She will take care of all the details.
Thank you, Shlomi. That was this product is very hot, like Green Musicians just said. I think we can agree. We're gonna now move to Gauge Precision. Gauge, you ready? Jeff, you ready?
Good morning,
All right.
Jeff.
It's all
Jeff
yours.
George here, out here in California. Still early out here this morning. And I'm Jeff Pierre George. I'm the CEO and co-owner for Gauge Precision Instruments. And Gauge was formed by Rob Shirelli and Chandler Bridges, 2 Grammy-winning engineers with 50,000 hours in the studio. And they really saw a need to have excellent sounding products that were also affordable. And so they created a line of microphones and so forth. And When I heard these microphones, I was very impressed, and I was delighted to have the opportunity to get involved. So now we're making some great plugins, and I wanted to share two of them today that we actually have on board on the XCHANGE platform. The first one is LushVox. And LushVox is a magical parallel compression processor for your vocal or lead tracks that sounds absolutely fantastic. So we modeled some sophisticated tools and signal paths when creating this plugin, and it yields gorgeous results, really. It's astounding how great it sounds. It's a collection of modeled vocal chains with processors that are easily controlled by a single horizontal fader. And there are different compressors and unique vocal chains emulated inside each setting. Both analog vintage and modern units are represented. And it's perfect for compressing lead vocals without having to spend a lot of time pulling parallel compression from scratch. As you know, as engineers working with parallel compression, it takes time to get it right, and you can have phasing problems and so forth. And then you might think, well, maybe I should have used this mic pre or that mic pre, or should I run it through a Pultec, and that sort of thing. This is not just one compressor. Each preset, it has multiple compressors doing different things, different signal chains in each setting. And as you use the product, you'll notice that there's a subtle bit of weight added as you increase the amount of this on the slider of the fader. And it also sounds like you'll be getting saturation when you move toward the max setting. And this plugin, actually, Avid heard our plugin and reached out to me and wanted to partner with us. It sounds so good. So they now feature our plugin on the new MBox Studio. Here we are on the Avid MBox. So,
you'll notice that it has a nice solid feel to it.
Well, nevertheless, we are involved with the MBox, and if you're selling Avid products, you're already selling our LushVox plugin. So it sounds absolutely fantastic. It goes for $99, and it is updated, so it's Apple Silicon native. It does require download and installation of the free iLok License Manager application. It can be, your activation location can be assigned to your computer, to an iLok, or to iLok Cloud. We also are marketing our Mic Locker plugin on XCHANGE. And this is a modeling plugin that you can quickly and easily enhance the sound of any track by adding the tone and character of the world's most iconic and desirable microphones with stunning results. We modeled vintage microphones that sound absolutely fantastic. And you can use this plugin with any microphone or any recorded track and get astounding results. These response curves are unbelievably accurate and faithful. And it's incredibly simple to use. You simply click on one of the presets and slide the fader up, and off you go. Now, when the fader's on minimum, that's your original signal. When you slide it up to norm, that is your target modeled mic. If you continue to slide it up toward max, you will get saturated tones and so forth for sounds that you've never heard before. So it's really absolutely wonderful plugin, and it is available for $99 as well on XCHANGE. It's also updated to be Apple Silicon native. It does require the iLok License Manager, and we are up for doing promotions, regional promotions. For instance, the holidays in the United States are a lot different than the holidays in Mexico, for instance, and around the world. We presently have sold in 148 different countries around the world, and we're getting a lot of interest in these plugins as well as with our line of microphones. As far as our hardware, we are looking to be on board Q3, Q4 of this year, and to do a presentation for you later on some of our hardware products. As you see, we have a wonderful tube microphone, our EM47, which is nominated for SOS Global Award for 2024. We have our ECM87, which Grammy-winning engineers use these projects all the time, and they feel that they sound as good or better than some of the best mics available, and yet these are affordable as well. You can reach us at info@gauge-usa.com, and you can contact me directly as well. So our email is info@gauge-usa.com. We also have a toll-free number to call for tech support. We do handle tech support ourselves. Take that off you, and your customers can always download our products for updates and so forth directly from our website without having to go to you for that. One thing I did want to say, point out as well regarding these products and how great they sound. As an example, if you look at these quotes from Recording Magazine, talking about the characteristic smooth 2B mid-range on the U67 setting, it's quite convincing. It's one of my favorite for vocals. The M49 exhibited a nice airy top with a weighty bottom, and a nice bit of saturation was present as well. The C800 setting sounds slippy and airy on the top end, with a solid and balanced mid and bottom response. These plugins sound really good. And one thing I wanted to say is the sound of our C800 is very accurate. And if you look at what a C800 costs now, it's staggering. You know, here's one for $30,000. You can get really close to this really quickly. These plugins are designed to make it so that you can work very quickly. You don't have to spend a lot of time in the studio trying to get the sounds. These sounds are already there for you. All you have to do is click on the sound, slide up the fader until it sounds great. Now this ECM47 is a multi-pattern tube condenser, and we use excellent parts from around the world. Mic sounds absolutely fantastic. We have multiple Grammy-winning engineers using it as their go-to tube mic. And the price is quite affordable. And you can really put it up against anything, and it holds its own. It sounds fantastic. And as I said, it is nominated for a Global Sound on Sound Award this year, 2024, currently right now. And you know, we're really honored to have that nomination. We have plenty in stock, and we're ready to ship as soon as we get cooking with Ray on XCHANGE hardware as well. And so now we also have the ECM87 microphone, and this is our biggest seller by far. It's as you see right here, Anthony Kilhofer. Mostly when you purchase them on $3,000 mic, they're super bright. That's why I like Gauge. Sounds good as an 87, better than the 414, which was his previous microphone. Anthony's making that claim, and he uses it on all kinds of hit records with many of your favorite artists: Drake, Kanye West, Eminem. A lot of famous people have used that. In fact, that song Forever, where they're all collaborating, it is used as that. We do sell it as a standalone mic or in conjunction with our mic clone plugin. And our mic clone plugin, which we don't yet have up on XCHANGE because it does require the hardware of the 87, is a fantastic plugin in a similar format to the Mic Blocker plugin. But it uses our ECM87 as the source mic, and it's incredibly accurate. I mentioned earlier the C800, and I can show you real quickly.
So you can use the mic as an input source with that plugin, and then you can get an output, which is the same as that microphone.
So yeah, you can put so you can be recording the mic and have the plugin on a bus and then bus it, and so you're going through the plugin, or you can actually use the plugin after the fact as well. And so now if you look at this here, you'll see Anthony Kilhofer, again, 4-time Grammy-winning engineer, says it's very accurate.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you, Ray. Appreciate it.
And nothing exemplifies exactly what I was talking about earlier, the magic of software. And again, I'm never shy about extolling the virtues of software. For $99, you could get, the sound, the essence of, I'm not going to go on record and say it's exactly the same, but not a lot of people are willing to trade their car in for a microphone. So for, $99, having this kind of mic locker available to, a creative person, in the middle of Turkey or the southern part of India or somewhere in Indiana, is awesome. And it's an awesome gift to the world. Software is, as we say, software is king. So congratulations, Jeff. Those are phenomenal products. I myself want to have one of those mic locker plugins. Thank you guys for being on the call today. Thanks again to everybody that tuned in. I know we have people in Asia that want to go to bed. I know we have people in California like Jeff who want to go have their breakfast. So thank you. Thank you all. We'll see you all exactly in 1 month. We have another event. Thank you guys. Take care. Have a good day. All right.